Welcome back. And if you are a social worker or helping professional looking to make some extra side cash and really grow that portfolio and your income, you are in the right place. Today, we are talking about the 5 steps to becoming a payer auditor. Weird word, I know. We'll jump right into that in just a moment. In the meantime, make sure that you hit that subscribe button below and the little bell to let you know when the next new side hustle tip and steps drops. Every week, we have the best side hustle tips. Why am I always talking about side hustle tips and how to make more money? My name is Tiffany Tait. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, certified daring weight facilitator, and my experience has been a long-term veteran healthcare executive and entrepreneur. With that stated, myself and my business partner, Dr. Lillian Rodriguez, built a multi-million-dollar portfolio in 5 years with zero startup capital, and it was based on these side hustles that we flipped into larger equity deals along the way. So join us as we jump in today and teach you the 5 steps to becoming a payer auditor, because this is the one that set Dr. Lily and I on the map. Step 1, what is a payer auditor? In a nutshell, you work on either the behalf of a private independent contractor as yourself, or you work on behalf of the insurance, and you look at clinical records to make sure that they are in line with whoever is paying them's guideline. So in a nutshell, if an agency bills for private insurance, Blue Cross of Michigan, Blue Cross of Minnesota, Blue Cross of Florida, Cigna, Humana. In the eyes of insurance and payments, these are all different companies, all with different regulations, all with different policies, all with different guidelines. So as a payer auditor, you are the person who knows these nuances, and you work on either behalf of the insurance company, making sure that the practitioners are staying in line with that, or where you make the real money is working on behalf of the private practitioners and ensuring that they are in line with the payers so that they can keep their bills getting paid and their reimbursements really high. Step 2, what does it even look like? Do me a favor, comment below and tell me if you've even heard of this position before, called a payer auditor. Usually when we talk to people about this, it's really a brand new thing for them, and it's not something very well known about. So that gets us to what does it look like in step 2? Where do you find payer auditors? The truth is nowhere. That's what makes it so wonderful. Dr. Lily and I started our consulting firm, really branching off from this, but really starting off with payer auditing back in 2015 maybe. And it blew up very early on. We had no competition. We still don't have competition, and we don't even take new clients through that business anymore. We maintain the old clients. There was never competition for us. Nobody even knows the nuances that there are different policies and procedures and regulations for all these different insurances. So when we figured that out and we realized how much they correlated directly to how much money came in per claim, we created our own little sector. We cannot tell you how important it is to find a niche. My friend, the rich social worker, did an entire video about this a couple weeks ago about finding your niche. This was our niche, and it really set us apart, and it can continue to set us apart if we wanted it, but more importantly, you apart. There's no other companies. Let us know in the comments below if you know somebody. We don't know of any other firms that specialize in payer auditing and what it means to build operations based on what the payers are looking for in order to keep you in business. So when we talk about what does it looks like being a pioneer. It looks like pulling data and figuring out this very strange coded language. That's the truth. Because it's a lot of data to pull, we're going to jump right in and talk about step number 3, the research. The research is all about looking into what Blue Cross is looking for in Minnesota, what Cigna is looking for, and this can be very broad. We wouldn't start there. We're going back again to your niche and your target population. Who does your agency bill for? Start there. If you're in private practice, who are you in network with? Who are you not in network with, right? Who do you want to bill for? Start there and look for their provider and payer regulations and guidelines. Your payer regulations and guidelines is exactly what you're looking for. Payers don't like to share this information. They don't want to give you direct access to passing the test. So you might have to go under a few rocks, call provider relations, give your NPI number if you have one, to really find out what those regulations are. For this, the biggest step is the research. And it's constantly changing research. Payer standards can change. Cigna one time changed it on us 3 times in 1 year. And so that means all of our clients had to again change it 3 times in 1 year in order to stay on top of maximizing their reimbursements and keeping their charts in line with what the payers were looking for. So this can be time consuming. But here goes the great part. Step 5, getting paid, right? That's what we're talking about. Lily and I charge $250 an hour to do this, point blank, period. And this can be paid in a number of different ways. You want to make $250 an hour, you can easily charge it like this. We've also charged a method of a percentage of the claims billed when we owned a billing company. We've also charged this based on a retainer rate, depending on how large the project is. Lily and I do not work at all in an invoice rate. It's just not the way we do business. We work on a retainer rate just like a lawyer would. Yes, we're social workers and psychologists with a retainer rate of $250 an hour, and we take no retainers less than $5K up front. So you can determine how you want to do this, but just so you have an idea of what the going rate is, we were able to establish that going rate because we don't have competition. So this is a very lucrative side hustle that now you know the 5 steps to becoming a payer auditor, what to look for. You're trying to pull the payer and provider regulations and guidelines, and then you're just auditing charts within an agency to make sure that it lines up with those regulations, because if it does not, you're not maximizing how much money that claim can make for that agency. You want to ensure that that agency is staying in line with the payer regulations, and you set your price because you are directly correlated to the agency's bottom line. Find an agency, let them know how you are correlated to their bottom line, and you set your price any day. Trust us, we've done it 1,000 times before. Again, if any of this is crazy and doesn't really make sense in terms of the language that we're using, we do have a free download below with the business terms and links that you could download to kind of keep up with the lingo. If you have any additional questions or need support, unorthodoxgroup.com, check us out. But we are always here with the brand new drops on the side hustles and how to get that portfolio up for helping professionals and social workers. So hit that subscribe below and join us every week as we jump into how to make this money in the new year. Have a blessed week, guys.